Hello, and welcome to or welcome back to Pizzachan's podcast. I will be your humble host, Pizzachan. And hello, chat. How is everyone today? Queen Vic, thank you so much for the subscription. It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Did I not put the captions on? Or the captions are not on? Are they not on? They're on! You trolling me. You're trolling me, Cupid. I mean, let me say hello to everyone. Hello, Callum. Hello, Cupid. Hello, Dazzy Bean. Cupid. Did I say Cupid? Is everybody in here? Ravi, I see you popped in there. And no making fun of me for being louder than Vic. Okay. I didn't even get to do my intro yet! And I got raided by the James! You did that on purpose, didn't you, James? Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid, Mr. Quasi Saturn. Can I have a shout out for Mr. Quasi Saturn, who is amazing. He was also on my podcast. Very funny. Made my face hurt. But thank you so much and welcome on in. So my guest today is the great QueenVik404. She is a quirky blend of a quirky blend of eclectic gaming skills and comedic commentary. She's very fun and absolutely amazing. Shall we bring her on? Shall we bring her on? She's over there stabbing a kraken, so let's bring her on. Vic, are you there?
I am. Hello.
Hello. Yes, the great Vic is here. Look, James decided to raid us, Vic.
Oh, hi, James. He did very well on Watchery Assistant.
He did very well. Well, his screams are actually scarier than the scares themselves. So
Welcome back.
Hey, please stop that with the gift subs already, you goofy bean. But thank you, Ravi, for the gift subs to co-op with my co-op, Devi, Fluffle, Gray, and Kazi.
Are you crazy?
And now I'm gonna have to listen to Are You Crazy for the next 5 minutes. I apologize. Anyway. Vic is kind enough to join us, even after streaming herself and stabbing the kraken. So, hopefully she's not too tired. Are you having a good day, Vic?
Yeah. I did my stabby craft this morning, and then
Welcome back.
we had to go to some shop. We went to a new park today. We took the dogs to a new park, and it was a lovely park. So, if you hear any, snores, that'll be Rascal, because they're wiped out.
Oh, does he snore?
He does, a really big one snore. And it sort of kind of sounds a bit like a fart.
Oh! Well,
it's just one big rumbly,
okay.
Like that sort of thing. But sometimes I'm snoring. I'm being like you, Rascal. I've just woken him up now.
Yeah, you have 2 puppers. What's the other one's name?
Teddy.
Ah, they're both adorable. I love them. Yeah. I love dogs that have the little snort.
Yeah. Ted's more aloof, though.
Oh.
He's upstairs messing up all the beds.
It's always like that with pets. If you have more than one pet, there's always one that just wants to do its own thing. Because Mr. Squeaks loves attention, loves treats, but Two Socks is like, I'm good back here in the corner. He's super shy and doesn't really he likes his face scratched, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Ted wants attention when Ted wants attention.
Right.
So you won't see him all day, and then he'll just run down the stairs, jump on your lap, and then slap you across the face. And you're like, all right, so you're ready for me now.
You're ready for the scratches and love. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, should we get started with this now since we have a crowd of people? All right, we'll start with the hardest question. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
21st to 22nd October.
Okay, Mark's in the living room. He's on the phone at the moment, so you'll probably hear him, hear the legs.
That's okay.
So, hi, I'm Vic. I'm in my late 30s now, so I'm quite old. Still got the mental age of a 12-year-old boy that I still laugh at fart jokes. I live in, it's basically North England now. I'm from the south, so I've got a funny accent now, and I used to not have any accent. And I like all sorts of hobbies. I like music. I like listening, playing badly on a piano or on a tumatone, or singing. Used to play a bit of guitar, but I gave that up. Because too many hobbies, not enough time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like art, so I do crafting when I feel crafty. I like dogs, and I like spending time with the boys and playing computer games, really. I'm like I used to be a really outdoorsy sort of person, but I've kind of turned a bit indoorsy now in my old age.
But I get you about the hobbies. You get too many of the hobbies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to do all the hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all look so good. So I kind of know a little about a lot.
I figured.
Which is quite good, because if you meet someone new and they say, "Oh, I'm interested in this," I can go, "Oh, wow, yeah, I know this about that," and I can ask them questions and like have an awkward conversation to them about that, but then run out of stuff when I've exhausted my knowledge and then move on, I suppose. It does me well for a little while. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I admire anybody who can play an instrument, because I have no dexterity whatsoever, so it always sounds like a marble in a pot. So no matter what I'm doing. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. You're just a fabulous person. And you do all of these cool art projects. You do felting, you do streaming. You were gonna do something with voice acting a little while ago, I remember.
I'm still gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
But I just need to get the confidence to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing just being an idiot with a camera playing computer games, and it's another thing. I think I would feel vulnerable, and that's why I made that secret Instagram channel that or Instagram profile, but everyone's found it already.
Of course they are. Best investigators.
Yeah,
right.
Bloody algorithm. Yeah.
It's like, I want to hide. You ain't hiding. Not on the internet.
Yeah, you can't hide on the internet. No.
No.
But I am gonna do it on a like a quiet day. I'm gonna try and find like like an unlicensed or an old piece and just read it and see what people think, I suppose. People have always said that I could be a voice actor, and I don't know why they've said that.
I agree.
I thought, well, I might as well find out.
I think you'd be best fitted for like a really cheeky computer AI that's about to self-destruct things. So it's like, don't mess with me. I'm going to self-destruct the building.
like Holly off of Red Dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that would be perfect. No, go for it, dude. Go for it. If you can do that, that'd be mad fun, I think.
Well, it's fun just trying, and if you don't get anywhere, you've still had fun. That's how I see it.
Right.
You still have fun doing it. It's the journey, isn't it?
Yep.
Not the destination.
And you're a big sci-fi person. I mean, playing by your overlay and everything. What's your favorite type of sci-fi? Movies?
Well, I used to be a lot into TV. There's my dog, if you heard him. So I used to watch a lot of films and read a lot of books. I was into like quite sort of like high fantasy. I could never get into Tolkien because, oh my God, I didn't have 10 years to read.
He's wordy.
What Bilbo's pot looked like in his Hobbit house. It's too long. It's too long for me. I quite like a fast book, but I liked Game of Thrones books. As a kid, I read Discworld. I was a massive reader when I was a kid. Computer games have just taken over because with a book, you've got the immersion. And with films, you've got the sort of visual effects, but you're very passive. And what I really like about computer games is that you make the decisions. And I sort of play games where you can make the decisions. You know, role-playing games like Mass Effect. So that kind of sci-fi. any nice like horror sci-fi. I love alien
Yes.
films. What other side? Star Trek's massive. Just Star Trek sci-fi, because there's hope that humans will stop fucking arguing with each other and finally get on with each other and be nice.
Right.
And like Interstellar's probably my favourite film, and I try and watch it as much as possible, as much as Mark will allow us to watch it. Just all about space. James is going space.
Yeah, I saw the space. Oh my god, that clip was so funny. Oh my god, Vic, you just this random genius. I love it. One of the reasons I love your channel so much is it's got this weird thing in the background. There's always something that's going to happen. It's like it's getting ready, and that space was a perfect example. That it's just like going to happen. I love it. I love it. But you said you like to do the choose your own adventure kind of things. Have you tried tabletopping like D&D and things like that?
Yeah, I did actually. Daz invited me to my first D&D game session. I don't know, group, and it was so fun. I think we did a pre meeting, and then we did one session. As it happened, that session that's gonna go on the back burner, but I would be well up for playing a whole campaign. That's the word I was looking for. I'd be well up for playing a whole campaign, because you can literally do what you want. So even after like the first, because when on the first session, like Zinc and Crumpet Love, the sort of Daz's in real life friendship group that he plays on, games with online, they were all I was sort of listening more to like what they were doing and learning about all the dice and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'd be well up for this. So I would definitely, now that I know how to like create a character, I'd have like a bit more confidence. And I've also, like, in my readings learnt about like what sort of D&D player are you. Can't just like hog the whole story and just like run off and go, I've just found a magical unicorn from outer space, I'm going to defeat the boss. You can't just be a massive job's worth, but you can sort of use your imagination and thinking skills to save the day,
Problem solving skills. Yeah, I was really big into that in college, and we had these. We'd actually play like 4 or 5 times a week and not pay attention to our schoolwork. So it's really addictive. So you spend mad money on dice. I have a fishing tackle box full of dice. No lie.
Oh really?
Yes. And my newest dice have little rubber duckies in them. I'll have to show them to you, Vic. They're adorable. They have little rubber duckies floating in them.
Nice. We use that tabletop simulator.
Oh, okay.
Because the campaign that I don't know much about it other than what sort of Daz has showed me in the 2 sessions, or just in sort of conversations. There's like pre-made tabletops for the campaign. People have made them for you. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was really, and they're all like free, like community made stuff. So it just seems like computers make things better, as long as you can get the computers to work.
If you can get them to work. Hence the 404 in your name.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about the hobbies that you've done. Why did you start streaming?
Right. There was a few different reasons actually. I even though this, say if you clicked on my name, it would say I was just a member of Twitch since 2020. I had like quite a few Twitch usernames over the years, but I just forgot passwords or can't remember login details and closed the email accounts I used to set them up. I didn't get banned. I'm not one of those sorts of people. But so I was on Twitch, and it was sort of getting more popular streaming, and I think I'd done a couple of in 2019. I'd done a couple of Resident Evil 2 streams, just to see what would happen. Really, no one came to them, and then I got a PSVR during lockdown, and I thought VR games are amazing. They're the best thing in the whole wide world. I want to share how good VR games are with people, and I can do that via streaming. So I think the PS4 was in the bedroom, and we had a tiny little cottage at the time. So just sort of during Saturdays and Sundays, I'd put Iron Man VR on, and I think I had like 5 people a couple of times, just like have a look at the game and go, oh, this looks really cool, I might get a VR. And then I thought, well, why don't I do it properly and try and become an international, world famous millionaire game streamer? But then we moved out of our tiny little cottage, and I bought a laptop. It's still during the lockdown, because we moved during lockdown actually. And then I found Daz's stream. He was playing Tomb Raider 3, and Kyle will argue and say that I saw Daz first at Tomb Raider 1, but I just remember the Tomb Raider 3 because I was knocking about Twitch, just trying to sort of get into a gang sort of thing. And I found Daz and Kyle and I think Callum a bit later and a few other people. And then someone that I knew from the army did some YouTube videos, and he sort of said, oh, why don't you become a rejected gamer? And I went, yeah, all right. And we had some ideas to do some stuff. I think we did like Star Wars Squadrons. But from the wanting to be an internationally famous, worldwide millionaire game streamer, it very, very quickly turned into I've always been a bit of a show-off. Although I'm an introvert, this is quite a nice way to be a show-off without getting up on stage drunk. So it kind of ticks the box of I'm an introverted show-off. I love the community that I've been accepted into, that's massive, because I've never really fit. People don't like the things that I like. People don't like computer games, especially not when you're a 38-year-old woman.
Right.
They've got kids, or they like Love Island or whatever crap that's on TV nowadays.
True.
Yeah, so the being accepted, it's addictive, isn't it? It's addictive. So that's pretty much why. It's fun, and I thought it was kind of like a social experiment. And I think the experiment's gone quite nicely, because I've met so many wonderfully nice people that are funny and entertaining because they stream as well. Met a couple of them in real life, like Kyle and Mr. Ripley. Hi, Kyle.
Yeah, he popped in there. Your biggest fan?
Yeah. Kyle's Linda's biggest fan, I think. Linda's my mum. And she popped up in the chat once. And I think it was on a Tomb Raider night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when I'd first started streaming. And she was like, oh, you're not doing any crafting today? And I was like, oh no, this is a Tomb Raider night. And she was like, right, I'm going then. See you later. She became infamous after that for being savage. Yeah.
You are correct
Yeah.
about the high that comes with it, though. When you start getting a crowd in your chat, you want to do it more. You want to do things for them. You want to make them laugh. You want them to like your stream. It's like,
Yeah.
you get so hyped afterwards. But I also met Daz first. I was scrolling through one morning or afternoon. Well, I think it was morning for me. And I was looking for a Resident Evil streamer. Big surprise there. And I clicked on his channel just randomly, and he was singing because he was scared. So I was like, oh my god, I have to follow him. And then it's like I fell in love with this weird being because he is so crazy and I love him. Yeah. And then I found this beautiful community. I found Kyle, I found Callum, I found you in there. It's like, oh my god, these people are amazing. And James too. But yeah, it's great.
And I love how the sort of very small communities all merge to make like micro cultures that then feed into other communities that make a big culture, which pretty much makes Twitch.
Yep.
I think Twitch is actually a lovely positive community. You always get a bad bit of fruit in a punnet of strawberry. You always get a bad strawberry, don't you? The one at the bottom is a bit manky. Yeah. But it's not all bad. It's just sort of half bit that's been squashed. So yeah, it's just nice being a part of a community, I think. And I think a lot of people on Twitch are probably in the same shoes as me, where they quite enjoy. And Twitch is, I know people moan about Twitch for discoverability or whatever, but you're discovering friends that like the same things. You can put in that search box Resident Evil 2, and you can see everyone that likes Resident Evil 2, like that's online, so discoverability might not be the best, but it's organic discoverability, I think, in a way. So I don't think it's all bad.
No, I do agree there. It's probably about 85% good because you have the communities that you meet. You can meet people that are outside of your country, which I think is absolutely amazing. Here I am, white bread over here in America, and I have all these amazing people over here in Brazil and Portugal and the UK. It's like, this is so cool. I'm over here nerding out about it. It's like, I can't even talk about it at work because they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's like, what do you do? I was like, I do podcasts. I interview streamers. Streamers? What are streamers? It's like, oh, fuck. I gotta explain streaming to you. So it's like, they don't get it. They don't get it. But you're right about finding people who are like-minded. And it's like, please geek over Resident Evil with me, or please geek over Star Wars with me, because these people will. They'll just like, yes, and scream at you and like throwing confetti. It's so good. It's so good. I totally agree with you.
And what a nice way to show people that no matter where you come from, there's always someone the other side of the world that likes the same things that you do. It's just, we're not actually that different, even if we come from different sides of the planet. The planet's quite small, really, because we all like making Lara dive off high platforms onto solid ground. We all enjoy killing Lara many times.
Oh yes, I've killed lots of Lara. The one I did play, I suck at anything platforming, so if I gotta jump from here to there, I'm screwed. But totally get it.
Yeah.
But over in the UK, the buildings are absolutely gorgeous. We have these tall, monstrous, ominous-looking things over top of us. It's like, if somebody falls off there and falls on you, you're gonna die. But you have these cute little, quaint little things with the little walls. It's like, man, that's cool. Well, I said, please send me pictures of stuff. Just if you're taking a walk, take a picture and send it to me. It's like, so I can sit there and look at it. I get to look at a parking lot from the outside of my house.
I'll take some pictures of Donnie. You'll love them.
Yes, I love pictures. I love pictures of scenery. I love it.
Oh, all right then.
I've only been to Canada and Niagara Falls with the big waterfalls. That's the only place I've ever been.
Really?
So it's like anywhere that has like trees and open space and nature. I love it. I love nature. It doesn't love me, but I love nature.
There's loads of nature in South Yorkshire. Because I'm actually in a city. It's a new city. It used to be a town, and then I think they said to the government, "Can we be a city, please?" And the government went, "Yeah, all right then." But we're still surrounded by fields, and there's a lot of sort of farming, isn't there, Mark? A lot of farming around here. Yeah, lots of farming, and the Peak District where Robin Hood came from.
Lots of history.
Yeah, lots of history. We're not too far from Nottingham. But in South Yorkshire, they got stupid pigeons.
Stupid pigeons.
Yeah, they just fly into your car. I've never seen pigeons like it. So,
Well,
it was from Sheffield, Robin Hood. Yeah,
where I'm
not from
at, we
Nottingham.
have Canadian geese. I don't know why they're here, but they have taken
Right.
over our roads. They will literally walk their babies straight out into main traffic and stop traffic dead until they get to the other side. And then if you get close to them, they'll honk and peck at your car. It's like, oh my god, these things have attitudes. I swear to God, I'll send you pictures. It is ridiculous.
Yeah,
they
thanks.
will stop 5 o'clock traffic to walk out in the middle of it.
The pigeons from London, they're like proper little thug pigeons. They always have like feet missing and scars across their face, and you know, carrying knives and stuff. Them pigeons, they're like proper hard city pigeons. The ones in London,
City pigeons.
yeah. The ones in Doncaster are just a bit dopey.
That's funny. All right, I'm gonna rewind to something you said earlier about VR. I would love to try VR, but I have motion sickness problems. What games have you played in VR?
Oh, I get motion sick too. I get really seasick, so I knew that I was going to get motion sick. So what was the first games that I played? I'm just like turning around to look at my game. I played Firewall 0 Hour, which is a 4 versus 4. You know, not Call of Duty, but it's first person shooter. I suppose all VR is first person, but yeah, so it's 4 versus 4 attack and defend, and I met quite a few people. Firewall 0 Hour is brilliant community. And I also played Farpoint, which is a bit like Halo. So you're on a planet in space, and there's space monsters, and you have like laser guns and stuff.
Neat.
Blood and Truth, which is like a Guy Ritchie, Cockney geezer crime drama. That's really good. Like quite story orientated. The Walking Dead games, they were really good. What else did I play?
I didn't know they did the Walking Games. Oh, the Walking Dead games in VR.
Yeah, there's yeah, watch out, Ross. There was 2, and where is it? It was really good, really good. Walking Dead Onslaught, which had the actual characters from The Walking Dead. That was the better one, and there was another one, and you walk around and you have to gather stuff, and it's really graphic. Like you can grab a zombie's head with one hand, and then if you've got a knife equipped, you can like stab it in the eye like 10 times before you put the zombie down.
No more eyes.
Yeah, it's like it's as graphic as the TV show, but you're doing it. And so if you do actually like gratuitous violence and gore, it is the best game because you're doing it in VR. Star Wars Squadrons, that's good. I was getting a bit like motion sick, but in space there's no horizon, so it weren't too bad. And I played loads of like digital. I played Iron Man. That made me feel a little bit dizzy, but you just sort of build yourself up like 10 minutes at a time. I played Astrobot. That was amazing because that first came out on VR, didn't it? Did you ever see the Astrobot VR game?
But I heard about it. I've never actually seen it.
Amazing. Yeah, it's really good, the VR one. Yeah, just like there's quite a few indie games as well on on the PlayStation store and that. So there's one called like Prison Boss, where
Prison Boss.
you have to make contraband without the guards seeing. You have to like roll cigarettes. and stuff.
Contraband.
Yeah,
Kind of
And
like
really-
Prison Architect.
Yeah, but you're the prisoner, and a bloke comes around, and you have to like buy paper to write like porno stories, and then you sell them to the other prisoners. But whilst the guard's not looking, you have to pick up the pencil and like wave your hand around to like write the blue story sort of thing. And you have to like it is crazy. It is crazy. If I can ever get a stream to work with VR to the point where people can actually hear me and I can see chat and stuff, I will show you Prison Boss VR because it's hysterical.
That's cool.
It is so cool. I can't remember of any other ones, but there was some like, there was one about a bomb where you had one person in VR that saw this bomb, and then everyone else has an iPad or a phone, and they have to tell the person with the VR instructions to disarm the bomb.
Oh,
So there's quite a few sort of like some quite fun family games as well, where you could like involve other people. Yeah.
there was a board game called Mansions of Madness that you use your tablet with. Basically, the story goes through there. The actual writing goes through there, and you just move your pieces around. It's really cool. It was like $100, but but it has all these scenarios that you can play with like 4 or 5 people, and they're really hard to complete. So once you get one done, it's like Dark Souls. Yes, you're running around the house because they're so hard, and it's like a Cthulhu kind of Lovecrafty and kind of theme to it. So it's really, really cool. I'm also a board game junkie. I have an entire like mantle covered in board games. I love them. But that's one of the ones that I thought was really, really cool, that it could it's like linked up with the iPad or the Android. It's like, that's neat. I like that interactive stuff. It's like, yes, give me all the technology when it works.
Have you got any of the Resident Evil board? Have you got the Resident Evil 2, the board game?
I have not yet, but I hear it's an amazing game. We just got The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing board game, which is awesome. We also have The Shining. I'm a big fan of Stephen King's The Shining. It's one of my favorite
I love
books.
The Shining.
So good. But we have that as well, and it's great. The board is nice and bright and clear, and the instructions are good. I hate games that are like non-subscript, and you're like, what am I supposed to do again? But it's really, really cool. But yeah,
I got a little bit carried away. I think it was last year, and I backed the original Resident Evil, like the Resident Evil 1, the board game. And I backed it completely. I got like the alpha pledge.
yeah.
And it was a little bit expensive, but I thought, fuck it, I'm not going to be able to buy a house anytime soon. I've got some savings from the lockdown. I'll back it because it's exciting.
See, that's what makes me so mad that you guys live so far away. We could have a board game party. Do you know how fun that would be? Just to sit and chill out and play board games? Totally awesome.
Yeah. I love board games. No one I know. I've got Atmosphere, the original video board game.
Oh my
still
God,
with the
really?
VHS and everything.
Nice.
I don't know what you call it. Something else in America.
What
do you call it? We call it Atmosphere. It's got the gatekeeper, and you go, stop.
I can't think of it right now. My brain just melted.
Yeah, but it's the original 90s video board game.
Yeah,
I've just got
that's
no
cool.
one to play it with. No, everyone else that's my age, it likes adult things.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. They don't like nothing.
I was gonna comment on that because you're just a little bit younger than me. So I have the same problem you do. My brain is still stuck when I'm 20 years old. So I want to do all the things. I want to play the video games. I want to go and do board games and geek out. And everybody my age is talking about mortgages, talking about playing with their kids and having play dates. And I'm like, What?
Yeah.
Come on.
Kids are shit.
Speaking of not having Resident Evil, Ravi, you insane little bean. He just bought it for me. It was in my wish list. You, sir, are gonna get smacked whenever I see. I'm gonna boop your nose. But thank you so much. That was an expensive game, dude. Holy crap! That's
They bought you Resident Evil the board game.
Yes, it was in my wish list. It was one of the highest items in my list. I didn't think anybody was gonna go anywhere near it. I have things for like $5. I've got like a case of SpaghettiOs in my throne wish list. So it's like I got everything from like $5, and that was one of the higher priced items. You were insane.
Wow.
You were insane. You're banned from buying me anything else. No more gift subs, no more bits, and no more presents. Okay, you're banned until my birthday. So you got until December. No more. Okay, now that I'm done with that tangent.
Yeah.
So what was the first game that you streamed? What did you say you streamed? Was it Resident Evil, you said?
I'm sure in 2019 it was Resident Evil 2. I can't remember, because before like the lockdown, when everyone sort of started stream, or the streaming increased because no one could do anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure I messed about on my Xbox with Go Live, but I just sort of thought, oh, I'm going to see what this does, and chat to people, or just not even chat and see if people will watch it. But the first game I properly streamed was probably it probably was Tomb Raider 1, actually. I think it was Tomb Raider 1. I thought I'll start with the games that I know a lot about. And even though Tomb Raider wasn't my very first game that I ever played, because we had a Commodore 64 in our house in the 80s.
Ooh.
And then we had a Mega Drive. I remember my uncle, who used to work all over the world, he stayed at our house, and this is in 1996. I think I was in between primary and secondary school, and he said, "Oh, I've got this new computer game." He showed me it, and it was a PS1, and he had Tomb Raider and Resident Evil, and that was it. So when I was 11, my uncle showed me Tomb Raider and Resident Evil, and he actually showed me Star Trek Voyager as well, as an 11-year-old, my uncle.
Nice.
And those Star Trek, Tomb Raider and Resident Evil have just been consistent interests. That was the start of all the stuff that I like, I suppose. So I thought either Tomb Raider or Resident Evil would be good games to start from. Yeah.
Yep. When I first started streaming, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I did that.
Right.
I did that whatever Twitch studio. I tried that out to see if I could get anywhere, because everybody always in the communities I hung out in, they were all cozy streamers. So there were like all these new horror games coming out. I was like, oh, I want to try it. It's like, you should stream it. I was like, yeah, get out of here. Nobody will come watch me. But anyway, I did it 3 o'clock in the morning, and people came and watched me. It was like, what are you doing here? I'm just seeing if it works. And lo and behold,
that's it. Yeah.
But it's was
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Resident Evil 3 remake. I played for like an hour, and then of course it's Resident Evil. But yeah, pretty neat. How you
and that was Resident Evil 3 remake as well. It weren't even like Leon Noir Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that wasn't my official start date. My official start date, it was like everybody was coming in. I was like, what is wrong with you people? This is my first stream. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like zero confidence, and when you first start, it's like, oh my god, everyone's gonna hate me or nobody's gonna show up. Still, when I hit live, I'm always afraid that no one's gonna show up.
I think, yeah, everyone's afraid of that, isn't they? But I still can't get my head around the fact that people take time out of their day, and I suppose it is spending time with me or the streamer, but it is kind of one-sided in the fact that it's more like a radio show that people can call in. It's not a two-way thing. It's very flattering. It's I still don't understand why.
You're my favorite Sunday streamer. I get up, I grab my beverage, and I sit down at my computer and click you, turn you on. It's like, okay, there we go. Vic is here. Stabbing something.
That's crazy.
She's stabbing something.
It's crazy that someone, however many hours and miles away, on every morning on a Sunday, they watch me stab a bit of wall.
Yep.
It just boggles my tiny little mind, and I just appreciate, everyone that gives their time to me.
It's relaxing. It's relaxing to listen to you talk. You talk about great things and fun things. It's always funny and interactive. The chat was always going off about something. It's just a good time. That's what you want from a stream. You want a good time, a place where you don't have to worry about what tomorrow will bring, and just hang out and chill. That's what I like. You know what I mean?
I try and keep it light, because I play computer games to escape normal life, and I kind of want my Twitch streams to be that escape. It seems to be my calling, is to escape the monotony of life, and just talking about weird, surreal, stupid things is my way of doing that, I suppose. Yeah, and stabbing wool.
Ma'am, I think you achieved it perfectly. Except when the wool fights back and gets up your nose.
Oh, it does. Oh, I mean, it's not hard to get up my nose, but oh my God, when it does, it don't leave. And I squirt water up there and everything. And it just is like a constant, if someone had a tiny little feather, a microscopic feather, and just went tickle, 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 tickle up your nose, and you're just like, ah. You want to scratch your face off.
Nick, somebody, Shotgun Jen, is asking you if you're from London.
No, I'm not from London, but I do have an estuary accent. I'm actually from Kent, which is it borders London.
Jen is also from the UK, so.
Oh right. Yeah, some people don't even know where Kent is though in the UK. Shotgun Jen does know Kent.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
I'm originally from Dover, which a lot of people class as France. So, because we're in Dover, you're closer to France than you are London.
I love your accent. It's nice. Another reason why I like to listen to you, especially my buds from the UK. It's like I sit there and listen to their voice. It's like there's one speedrunner I listen to. Why can I not think of his name now? But he's Greek. So his accent is beautiful. I can't remember his name. Why can I not remember his name? Oh my God. Queen 17 would be so mad at me right now because we always talk about him. Because he's like the super hyped up speedrunner. Oh my God, it's gonna bother me that I can't remember his name.
Not Beige, is it?
Legacy GR.
Oh, Legacy
That's what
GR.
it is. Legacy GR. He is an amazing streamer, but he has this really beautifully heavy pronounced accent, and you listen to him, it's like I can sit in here all day. Rip! How are you, Mr. Rip? I knew he was going to show up eventually. My favorite toxic streamer.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Vic, tell me.
Sorry, just to add, I was going to say,
Go ahead.
with streaming, I think I was reading a Reddit post, and someone was like, how can I be like high energy through my streams? And I know it, like yourself and other people call me a chill streamer, and I get actually quite tired. I'm like, this is like full on high energy for me.
No, I totally get it. Streaming is a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. But I don't think you can ever be someone that you're not. I think people just see right through you. And the Reddit post, everyone was answering, if you're not one of those crazy people or crazy extroverted loud people, just don't do it. Not everyone wants that all the time.
Right.
Isn't it? So, and if you're not that, it would look awful.
Yeah.
So there have been times when I thought, oh, I should try and be like crazy and like get up out my seat. That's not me. I sit quite still, and I think it would be completely, and like with Mr. Ripley, I don't think I'd be able to pull off toxic.
I don't think anybody can pull up toxic as well as Mr. Rip.
Yeah, wholesome toxicity.
Yes, but Vic, your streams are perfect the way they are. I don't think I could see you being like my level of loud. I think everybody would be confused. It's like, no, that's not why we're here.
That's right. Yeah. Because it's not who I am. I think you have to just be yourself.
Exactly.
But shyness masks sometimes who people are. So you have to get over the shyness to be yourself and have the confidence and the conviction to say this is me. And that's it. You know, I think that's the good thing about being a streamer.
If you were fake, then I probably wouldn't watch your channel. You can tell you were real and genuine.
Yeah.
Your jokes are amazing. Oh my god. See, sometimes I go, okay, I need energy to keep my ass awake. I go and watch Schneebel, and she's me and her. Actually, I think she's louder than me. She's super loud, but some days it's like that's too loud. So you go find. I have a handful of cozy streamers that I watch that I totally recommend to everybody, and you're one of them. You're my cozy. Okay, you play Resident Evil and Tomb Raider and all those games, Star Citizen, but that doesn't matter. It's just the tone of voice you use when you stream. It's cozy to me. So yeah.
And it's nice that our communities have such a diverse personalities as well, isn't it? So there are those sort of very, very cozy, very chill, that, you know, there's no you don't feel forced to, you can just like chill and have it on in the background, and they're quite happy to have that because they're sort of quite quiet. And then there's the people that are just like full on the hype people.
The hype is hard.
Too.
The hype is hard. Listen, I used to only be able to do 2-hour streams because I'd burn myself out in those 2 hours. Because even when there's no camera on me, I'm swinging my damn arms around. It's like I'm giving myself a workout. So it's like these streamers that are high energy like this that go for 8 hours, 5, 6, 8 hours. I'm like, you're a lunatic. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. But like in your community, well, I guess it would be a sister community, a local community, but a shared community. So basically with Beth, the Legend of Beth, the new legend, with her cozy art streams and your streams, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go chill in there. And then you go to like James' stream, Quasi Saturn, and when he's laughing, it's like it's so good. I want to bottle that for bad days. It's such a good thing. So it's just a diverse group of people. We're all good friends, but we're all completely different. So it's good. What was I saying? I can't remember. I went off on a tangent. Okay, I wanted to ask you about the QueenVik name because you said you've had multiple. Why did you choose QueenVik404?
Okay. Pretty much all my usernames that I've ever had have always had a bit of my name in them. I've never been a big fan of nicknames. So if someone's got a nickname, like in the army, everyone has a nickname. I never had it. I had a nickname for a little while, and then I'm not like, oh, don't call me that because it's not my name. I just know myself as Vic. So I wanted to have a username, a Twitch name that had my name in it. Where I'm British, I thought, well, Queen Vic's well known from EastEnders. It's the pub in like a popular soap opera, EastEnders, and Queen Victoria So at the start, I was QueenVik404 as well because I thought that sort of rolled nicely
That
and
is
had
nice.
a bit of like alliteration with the Vic VR. And then VR obviously didn't work out in the end. So I thought, well, tech issues, that's what's organically befallen me, and that's part of my I wouldn't say brand, it's part of my online persona that I have those tech issues. So the 404 not found was one of the only sort of error codes that I knew. But with the Vic4, it just seems QueenVik404 seems to roll quite nice, and people can call me Vic, and I'll answer them. I won't be
good.
like, who talks to me?
What'd you say?
Someone the other night, someone, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Puddle Lemon in my Spyro stream, and they were saying, the fairies. Victoria the fairy will save you. And I was like, is that the fairy's name, is it? Are they all called Victoria? And they were like, no, that's your name. I went, it's not my name. So just like people calling me Victoria, it's not my name. My actual name's Vicky. So but people call me Vic. And I'll consciously answer to them, but call me Victoria, I'll think you're calling someone else. It's odd. So I had to have a username with my name in it. That's a very long way of saying I don't answer to anything else other than Vic's Wet Cave 404 when Mr. Ripley calls me that.
I've had so many
VR
nicknames,
stick.
man. Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one too. What nicknames have you had?
Me, I've had many names. My real name is Melissa. So I used to work in a pet shop with 4 other Melissas. So we couldn't have 4 people running around with the same name. So we split our names up. So there was Missy 1, 2, and 3, and Lissa. I shortened my name to Lissa, and then I became Lissa Chan because I had a thing for anime when I was in college. So I was that for a long time. And then somehow the Lissa Chan became Pizzachan. And then somehow Lizzie got in there. And that's how Lizzie came about.
So I haven't been awkwardly calling you Lizzie for the past year or so, and you've just given up and thought, well, it's been a bit too long now. I can't really correct you.
No, it's one of the people. Yeah, one of the people I used to have a writing group with. She's a streamer too now. And she's like, I'm calling you Lizzie because I want to. It's like, okay, and it stuck.
Right.
So now Lizzie is one of my nicknames. I was like, well, it's close enough to Melissa. It's fine. I don't care. I also get Lizzo, and Lizzie Bean now. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Lizzie's real name turns out to be Carol. But yeah.
I've called someone the wrong name for 3 months before.
Yeah, I've done that too.
I thought they were called Cole, so I called them Cole for months. Their name was Sean. I don't know how. And when I said, how have you let me call you Cole for 3 months? And he said, well, I didn't want to like upset you, and then it just got past the point where it was, appropriate. Oh right, okay.
You don't want to embarrass people.
Yeah.
But yeah. Resident Evil's pumping through. I'm sorry. That alert's very loud. All right. Thank you, kid, for the bits. What was I gonna say? Oh, questions. Right. I am doing a podcast. We're not just sitting here bullshitting. I love podcasting, but I forget. I get off track and just start talking about random shit. I apologize. I'm glad I don't have anybody super, not that you're not awesome, but like super, like rigid and stiff and is like, oh no, I want you to stick to the curriculum. It's like, no, sorry, can't do it.
Nah.
So I'm gonna ask you, what is your most favorite thing about streaming, and then I'm going to ask you what your least favorite thing about streaming is.
Like I said before, I think my favourite is acceptance, and that's all part of the people that I've met. And I know that's like proper cringy sort of
Vic, look, I
positivity
summoned
and
Beth.
stuff. Oh, hi, Beth.
I summoned her. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like having that community, feeling the sense of belonging, and I know that's like proper. I can't think of the
That's
word.
melty cheese, Vic. That's fine. It's fine.
British people don't really like melty cheese.
Oh, there's some people like James who don't like cheese.
Oh yeah, weirdos. Yeah. But that is my favourite thing. That I don't think it needs any more description. Just feeling like I belong, and you can't do that without the community. And that's the thing. Like we were talking about, it's addictive. Which just makes you want to come back to stream more, really. And watching people as well, and watching, like, I don't really watch any telly. I prefer to watch people play computer games or do what they got to do, and interact with them. I quite like interactive media.
That's such a mood.
Mm.
I have Twitch on my Xbox upstairs. So when I go upstairs, I'm watching Twitch. When I'm not downstairs and I'm watching Twitch, I watch Twitch on my phone. If I could have actual signal in the basement I work in, I would watch it there.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
It's just cool, isn't it? Because telly's rubbish because there's just repeats on. So, you know, you can be a part of that telly, and literally the imagination and probably technical expertise, but you can learn that. So literally imagination and creativity is your limit. I've seen so many weird and odd channels, like Robotron, who Daz got me into, does the Dark Room, and it's a real life text-based adventure. And he wrote it, and his name's Robotron, this guy. He's a stand-up comedian.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you hear that or not.
Oh, I don't hear it.
Good. You don't hear it. It's Godzilla, because I'm getting another raid. Royal
nice.
Phantom, thank you!
You must be the new guy.
Leon. I have all of these Resident Evil emotes going off now. Hello, Kitty. Hello, guys. We're doing a podcast today. Welcome on, pull up a chair. Grab yourself some coffee, cocoa, pop, beer, whichever. Doesn't matter. Join in. Thank you for the raid. Sorry, Vic. Go ahead.
I think I was done. Oh, yeah, Robotron. Robotron, yeah. He does text-based adventure. So, and he does sort of role play. He's like a dungeon master of the Dark Room, and he puts on a funny voice, and he just mucks about, and has all these like props and things. He's a stand-up comedian, and he's on Twitch. So I've seen like a few funny odds. It's, you know, you don't have to just play computer games. You can do anything you want, and if people will watch it, they will.
They will. True.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of do you know what bullet journaling is?
Isn't that like collage?
It is. It's kind of like organizing your life through a journal. Like you can do kind of counters and things like that. Like count for days you on for medicine. You can have an anxiety counter, calorie counter, and you can. It's really cool. It's the way they're set up and everything, but it's really intricate. And there's all of these like stamps and stencils and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, that's so cool. I have like 12 journals now because of it, like the hobbies thing we were talking about. Yeah, it's like, oh, I like that, I want to try that. But yeah, it's really cool. And I was watching this one lady do it. I was like, oh, wait,
wow.
Hezi does it. I think Hezi does bullet journaling.
Oh yeah.
I was talking about washi tapes with her. I've got a basket. I gotta show you. I got a basket of like washi tapes now. I'm insane. But,
I've seen them. They're like fancy sellotape, aren't they?
yeah, it's really cool. Some of them have like cool designs on it. Some are like completely transparent except for like little gems. It's really neat. It's really neat. But yeah, I watched that, and sometimes you can find D&D streams where people are doing an actual D&D campaign on stream. Then you have these streamers that react to like other things on YouTube. There's this one streamer called Casper Sight. He reacts to ghost videos, kind of like Pajama Mama does. Excellent streamer. But it's like, oh, that's really, really cool. Everybody get together and you start talking about the video, whether their ghosts are real and that kind of thing. But yeah, you can do anything on Twitch and probably get away with it. There's lots of hot tub streamers. It's like, what you doing? Cooking streamers, sewing streamers, language streamers, how to build a computer streamers. So it's just a place. If there's somebody who wants to watch it, there's a streamer who's doing it somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, some streamers can get away with getting their tuppence out. So, do you know what a tuppence is, Lizzie?
No, what is that?
It's the naughty bits. You hear about that streamer that apparently forgot that she was live, and you saw what she had for breakfast, and she got like a 1-day ban or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes in the UK we call it a tuppence.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
You could literally. Apparently, I didn't see the video.
Her ham wallet. Nice way of describing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rip.
I think Ripley's googling it now.
Oh my god. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good now. All right. So, what's your least favorite thing about streaming?
Well, I'm not very organised, and it would probably be like coming home from work, having to organise my life in 2 hours and be ready on time for a stream. So it's sort of like the organisation part of it, and making sure everything works. Obviously, the tech issues. The tech issues I find funny most of the time, but it's the organisation part I don't like, making sure your mic's off when you need your mic off, and where my brain is pretty much organised like a bowl of spaghetti. That's the most challenging part of streaming, I find, is the organisation part and making sure you remember to do everything. So I had lists and post-it notes at the start, and now I just think, well, I'm just going to embrace the chaos and just roll with it. So this morning nothing worked and my mic kept disconnecting, and I thought, I'll just stay online. People want to see the tech issues, let them see it, you know. But that's probably my least favourite part about streaming.
I agree with you with the organization, because I have notebooks and things and calendars, because I have a lot of weird things going on my channel. I play horror games, I do Resident Evil Challenge, and I have podcasts. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. Do I have a podcast coming up? And then I have to make sure I have all the questions and the overlay made and make sure they're ready and make sure they're still good and make sure the audio works and I'm not being overly loud. So I get all stressed out. Like there was this morning, I was like, oh shit, do I have everything ready? Where's my questions?
Yeah. And
my printer's like, out of paper. I'm like, you bitch. I wanted to kick it across the room. It's like, don't you do this to me. But luckily, I just kind of interview the most chill and awesome people, so nobody's yelled at me for being disorganized yet. So but I do make all the overlays and everything different for each person, and I put out flyers and constantly have to make sure, okay, do I have to keep reminders, this person's going to be on my stream, this person's going to be on my stream. Streaming is a lot of work, yo. You think you're just sitting down playing video games, chilling with your butts? No! You've got to multitask. You gotta play your game and focus and not get killed. You gotta pay attention to your chat. You gotta be funny and entertaining and not talk about the same boring shit that you talked about last stream. I do that all the time.
Wait a minute. So all of of that code that's on this overlay and the system failure, that's not been on your other podcasts.
No, that's specifically made for you.
me.
That's for you. If you go back and look on my
listens to
YouTube channel, Vic, you will see that each one of the overlays are completely different for each person. The fonts are different, the pictures are different in the background. Since you have error message 404, I thought the error message would be appropriate.
Right, it sounds like I've never listened to a podcast before. I've listened to them, but I've never... I'm like a listener with the podcast.
No, that's okay, that's okay, it's
now,
fine.
I will pay attention to the overlay to see what's up. I never knew that. So
Yeah.
I thought that was...
It's a lot of people just tune in and listen to me. God, I have no idea why, but still, it's like if you want to listen to the person I'm interviewing, that's fine. But each overlay, in case somebody wants to actually stare at the screen while I'm talking and the other person I'm interviewing is talking, that's cool too. Because I don't use cameras or anything because nobody wants to see my chubby old face. I'm like the chubby bunny challenge with all the marshmallows in my cheeks. So it's like nah, it's okay. But
are you completely opposed to camera?
Yes. It will make me nervous. I don't have to look at a certain place, but it's like some people can do it, some people can't, and I'm not one of those. I'm confident enough to stream and be myself, but I don't want a camera in my face.
See, I've got issues with cameras. Like if I take a picture, it's like I don't like my picture being taken, and I don't watch my streams back because you've got an image of yourself, haven't you? And so when I look in the mirror, I think, well, that's me. But then when I take a picture, it just looks. You know when you watch the creepy video in the ring, and then you take a video of yourself, and it's all looks like you're looking in the back of a spoon. That's what I look like when I've had my picture taken. So
that's the best fucking description I've ever heard. Looks like you're looking in the back of a spoon. It's like my face is all warped and fat. It's like, no, it's gonna make me gain like 10 pounds, so I'm gonna look like Kirby with eyelashes. No, I don't want that to happen, you know?
Yeah, I had to like block those feelings out because I thought, well, to stream one must have a camera, so I had to like think, right, that's it, I'm gonna have to cam up basically. But it's you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, innit?
Right.
That's another thing that's good about streaming. You can have those VTubers, you can do what you want.
One of my favorite streamers in the first series, Sarah Avium, she is a pretty popular streamer and she's never used a face cam, but she has so many other things going on in her chat. She has all of these really cool emotes and sound bites, and she has like horror trope bingo. You get to play bingo, you can win free games on her channel. She's got all this cool merch. Yes, you have to check her out, she's amazing. But yeah, so you don't have to have a camera. The people who do, God bless you to actually have to brush your hair. I don't want to brush my hair. I don't want to put pants on, okay? I don't want to get dressed. No. I'm in my pajamas. I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? You don't want to see what I'm doing. But bless you, Vic, for being able to use the camera while you stream, because that's just another piece of the crazy puzzle that I don't want to get into.
Yeah. It's another thing to worry about, I suppose. Especially when I realise I've got like a bit of bolognese sauce like on my chin at the end of the stream.
You're right. That's when you'll have a booger stuck to your lip and nobody tells you.
Yeah. And you've just stuck the resolution of the camera on like 4K, so everyone's actually seen it as well.
Like, oh, look at that! You got a buggy on your face. It's the worst, man. And if people come in with these beautiful on fleek eyeliners and their hair's all cool and wavy and they have these nice outfits, I'm like, how long did that take you to prepare for?
I know, yeah.
Like, Now I'm lazy too. I had the same freaking overlay for almost over a year because I didn't want to change it. Like, it takes too much work.
that sort of rainbowy one, so I've just started changing all my stuff now. But that rainbowy one, that was when I had Streamlabs Premium.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did was I just went to the temporary program files and stole it when I came off of Streamlabs.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll have that.
I'll have
I'll
that.
take that with me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, as I've actually stolen it, it probably would be a good idea for me to have my own now. So
Yeah.
I think it's been enough time.
But I admire the streamer's creativity because each streamer has their own specific, like, no, I wouldn't say brand, but vibe going on in their chat. And it's like, you have the cool, like, space Star Trek thing going on with the panels and stuff. I'm like, my husband immediately knew what that was. He was like, oh, she's a Star Trek fan. I was like, you're such a nerd. Get out of here. But
Yeah.
it's so good, though. It's so good. I love that.
I was quite conscious as well because James and I have like very similar tastes and interests. I didn't want to, because obviously James is quasi Saturn and he's all about space too. I didn't want
space
to tread on the Saturn toes, and you can have that as well as long as you have the idea and the creativity. You can be similar but also very different to someone, can't you? Like, how many people in our community love Resident Evil, but
Oh my god.
every time we play Resident Evil we all play it in a different way or have a different take on it, you know.
Speaking of Resident Evil, since you brought it up, I told you not to bring it up. So I realized that I haven't replayed B scenario for Claire or Leon in the remake since I got it. So I have this horrible time, and it's like, oh my god, I don't remember why I don't play this. This is so nasty. The beginning part of B scenario is so hard. I'm like, why?
It is, yeah.
Like, why did you make it like that? That's insane.
Yeah, S plus for B. I had a terrible time right at the start, but once you get past the start bit, it's just exactly the same anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah.
It's that start bit that's crazy, isn't it?
It just like hits you in the face with a bat when you first start.
Yeah,
It's like, you remember how a beginning of the other game, the beginning A was? That's not this time.
Yeah.
It's like, nah. No, that's pretty bad. But yeah. So do you have a streamer that inspires you, that you admire, Vic?
Yeah, everyone. Everyone inspires me.
Aww.
You know, you sort of see like your energy and you think, that inspires me to have a bit of energy, you know, just for 5 minutes probably, but you know, have a bit of that sort of loud, and that's, you know, subconsciously when I do scream space at the top of my voice, there's probably a bit of that. I wish I had a bit more energy like Lizzie and James. James is quite high energy, isn't he?
You're channeling James and Pizzachan.
Channeling the high energy, and Callum's funny, and he's good at all the video editing. So every time he has something new, like video editing or After Effects stuff,
Cute bitch.
like, how would you do that? Show me how to do it. I'm very quiet and reserved.
No, you bullshit, James. I love your laugh, dude. If I could bottle it, I would. I'd keep it for sad days and just open it up and then close it.
Mr. Ripley just gets away with almost anything, but he's just very naughty, isn't he?
Yeah, he bounces on that line.
Yeah.
His content is great, especially I was watching his Dead Rising playthrough. He's so funny. I love it.
Just very. Ripley's the kid at school that you sat next to, but not for long because the teacher would move you because you got into trouble. And me and Ripley would have probably been friends at school. I wouldn't have got into trouble, but I would have said to Rip, "Oi, Rip, do throw that bit of paper at that one over there," and he would, and he'd get the detention. I wouldn't. I had my best friend in secondary school actually was very much like Mr. Ripley. very risque and naughty.
You're the mastermind, aren't you, Vic?
Yeah. I'm the one that says I'm the ideas person. I'm the ideas. Daz is, just everyone in the community. Everyone has their strengths.
Daz is like
and they're knowledgeable.
He's like a good teddy bear. I love Daz so much. He's so cute and fun.
Yeah, and Daz is like assertive.
Oh, he's here! I didn't even know he was still here. Hi, Daz.
Daz.
My Daz is mean.
Well, really assertive, and he'll say what he thinks.
I like that.
Without being, he can say it in a very assertive, inoffensive way, and that's very nice. And he doesn't get.
So you're saying he doesn't sound like an asshole?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not a twat.
He can tell you how it is and not be a jerk about it.
And he doesn't get like face. He's very placid. And him with that Amy hat on, Amy's the character from Sonic, is just amazing. I do like hats. Yeah, just and like Kyle, where Kyle's just like really sociable and can.
Kyle is an explosion of drama and unicorns and glitter. I love going in his channel because it's always dramatic entrance. It's like, it's Pizzachan! He sings it. It's like, oh, I feel so loved and I want to be here.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all it is for me. You know what I mean?
British people aren't very good at being nice to each other. Kyle's good at being nice to people and saying nice things, whereas it's a bit embarrassing for most British people. We're more comfortable calling each other twats than saying something actually nice to each other.
See, I'm learning. I'm going to take notes here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, just I suppose big creators. I used to watch like InSim quite a lot, but that was when I wanted to learn about Phasmophobia and how the game worked and that. But I don't like big creators. It's nice. I like the interactivity. You can't get that on big creators and partners and all that kind of thing. And it is a job for them. Whereas if it's a small streamer, they're doing it for the lulz and the fun.
Not all the bigger streamers fit into that category. I have a couple that I follow.
Yeah.
Like Sneeble, she actually stops and says hello to everybody in her chat. Even though there's like 200 plus people in her chat.
Oh, wow.
She will stop her speed run and just like look over and say, "Oh, hi!" and scream your name out. I like streamers that do that. I mean, the bigger streamers. And
That's
we'll see
hard.
Matt RPD, he's also a really big like speed runner. He'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" He'll sing your name when you come in. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, that just some streamers, it's just like they don't want to take the time to do that, so they just ignore you and keep going on to what they're doing. It's like,
yeah.
Nah, that's not what we want to do. If we want to just watch somebody, we'll watch YouTube. The Twitch is for the interactivity. We want to be friends with you. We want to talk about your game. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Totally agree. But I admire you, Vic.
Really?
Yes, because of how calm and cool you can be, your sassiness. I just love your channel a lot, and you have you're like super multi-talented with all the things that you do and that you can do and that you can actually play video games, because I can't. I play them badly. So anybody that actually can accomplish games, I think I've only completed like 12 games the entire time I've been streaming. I get mad at them and stop.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of games that I've quit. Angel of Darkness and Tomb Raider 3 on PS1. I'm not going back to that one. I understand now. I didn't understand because Callum and I played Tomb Raider 3 at the same time, I think, and I played it on PC where you can save it whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Callum played it on PS3 and he was having a rubbish time, and I was like, well, I found it okay actually. And now I actually know the pain.
But I love your logical brain. I love people with logical brains who try to sit and pick things apart and try to figure them out. I love that about people, because I'm not. I'm like, oh, creativity, I'm gonna draw with crayons while you figured out that math problem, because I can't do it.
Yeah.
I love that about you. Anyway. All right, so you knew eventually I was gonna get to your felting craft.
Oh yeah.
When did you start doing that?
Well, my mum, Linda, is she used to work at a school, and she was like the art technician, so she got all the paints ready and stuff for the teachers. She did an art degree, and then she became an instructor. So she's always got some sort of crafty thing on the go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this was like a few years ago. My mum, Linda, she was doing a felted lady, and I said, "What are you up to?" And she said, "Well, I'm doing needle felting," and she showed me it. So I said, "Oh, I'll make the boys." So I started making a needle felted sculpture of the boys, just trying it out. And then I dropped it, or, just stopped doing it. I've still got them somewhere. I'll have to show them. And then, when was it? I think it was Christmas 2020. I got a hare, like a rabbit hare, that Linda had got me. And I thought, well, I'll do that on stream then, because I quite like stabby crafts. And then it just went from there. So that hare, the needle felted hare that I did, was the first project that I actually finished, which was 2 years ago. So I haven't actually been doing it for that long. And I just with the Lara, I just kind of made that up as I went along.
Laura was epic. Laura was epic.
I haven't technically finished her yet.
Oh.
This is I have real difficulty finishing things.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
Like the diamond painting I've been working on for 2 years.
Yeah. So I've still got to do her boots, which I found difficult to work out how to do. And her boots. Oh yeah, and I used some Fimo for her guns. But I think that's more like anxiety about, people are going to get bored of this, because I've been doing this for a year. I think it's more about that, like the anxiety stopping me rather than actual interest.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to get over that and finish a bloody project. But the little boos, I quite enjoyed doing the Callum boo. Mm-hmm. That was really fun, and that was actually finished. The Kyle puff was finished until I lost the little glasses for it. So those sort of little cutesy needle felting project, I probably should have started little projects rather than a 1/2 metre tall Lara Croft statue.
But it's still cool. I mean, if you sat there and did like a gigantic one, like the size of a couch, like a size of a squashmallow, dude, I would watch you do it. I would just sit there in the chat and watch you. I don't care.
Yeah, I think where it's quite nice that it's on Sunday morning, because people don't really want something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They just sort of want to like break into the day quite gently, and it seems like needle felting's quite nice for that.
I like it.
Yeah,
it takes me a while to wake up. It takes me at least 35 minutes to wake up, because I have to get the caffeine in my body.
That's right, yeah.
So it's like, okay. And then just sit there and listen to Vic. I'll talk and say hi, and occasionally I'll start to talk more. You'll notice when I start waking up, because I'll start talking more.
Yeah.
The words are hard in the morning. But it is a good way to wake up. I look forward to Sundays for your streams.
And a needle felting because Fuzzy does it. Oh, Fuzzy said he's got like 4 unfinished ones. Yeah, it's like proper. That's the way it is, I think.
Oh, does Fuzzy do crafts? Fuzzy, do you
Yeah.
do crafts too?
He does needle felting.
Oh shit! How did I not know that?
Yeah. Fuzzy's
Am I
really
following
good.
Fuzzy? I should be following Fuzzy. What the hell? I'm gonna have to go check now.
Fuzzy's got some really cute mushroom needle felting
I am following. Okay.
characters.
All right, just making sure. That's cool.
Anyone can do needle felting. Anyone can do it and do it well. I think it's like a really accessible craft. Yeah.
I think I probably stabbed myself and end up in the ER.
Oh yeah, I stabbed myself loads today, and it really hurt. where the needles are barbed,
Mhm.
you stab yourself, it hurts more than if you stuck a pin, because it literally like tears the skin, because that's what it's designed to do. So you stab yourself, you're like, fuck, and you either learn quite quickly or you just don't needle felt anymore.
Each craft, each creative outlet that people do can be dangerous. Like I was telling people yesterday when I was streaming doing the diamond painting, my sister got one of the gems from the diamond painting stuck in her eye.
Why'd she do that?
Because on the board, she actually does her diamond painting on one of those prop boards with a clip. And then she pushes really hard to get the bead to stick to the adhesive. And when she pushed, it popped up and went in the corner of her eye. It literally rolled up under her eyelid. It's like, oh my god! And her husband is like peeling back her eye with a pair of tweezers trying to get this diamond out so she doesn't have to go to the ER. So be careful with whatever project, either if you're stabbing yourself, severing limbs, burning yourself if you do wood burning or carving. Yes, so be careful.
Yeah. We should call it extreme crafting.
Beth, drinking
like
the paint
Jackass.
water. Oh my god, I'm infamous for that. That's why I have to have
my
a
name's
beverage in a
Beth.
bottle.
And this is Crafty Jackass, and this is me drinking my paint water. Bow, bow, bow.
Protective eyewear. That's right. I'm going to get her safety goggles so she can't pop any more beads up into her eye. It's like, dude, how did you even? I've probably eaten like a gallon of acrylic paint in my lifetime.
my lungs are just full of merino wool.
Yeah, she's got fluff on the lungs.
Yeah, floofy lungs.
Yeah, when they do your autopsy, they're gonna cut it open. It's gonna be like a pillow. It's gonna spit out all this stuff.
A multicolored pillow.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. But that's cool. I mean, the kit, the needle kits, are they expensive for the fluffing?
No. No, you can get like really cheap kits off of like Amazon. I'm not affiliated to Amazon in any way. You can get really cheap wool. It's nicer if you use a nicer, softer wool, but to just get going, you can people and artists as well, whatever, like crafters, they actually make up boxes. So that first hair that I did was just a box with a needle in it and the coloured wool that I needed, and then you go on the website and it gives you instructions like do this, do that.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's why it's accessible, I think, because the people that like needle felting, sorry. Oh, I just dropped my pipe. They make it accessible for you, so it's it's quite a, and where it's so different, you're not drawing, you're not doing clay or whatever. Where you are just like stab, it's very different. And when you start it, you wouldn't think that just stabbing wool would make like a Kraken or a Lara Croft. You wouldn't think that just stabbing something would do that. So yeah,
Cool.
it's quite a cool little hobby.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until I saw your stream. I was like, what is that? That is cool.
Yeah.
But similar to having accessibility to crafts, the diamond painting, all the diamond paintings, if you buy them online, they all come with the pen and the wax that you use to pick up the diamonds with and little holders. So it's also accessible. You just got to find a place to put
right.
all the gems to go with it, because there's usually it goes by a pattern. There can be up to 40 something separate diamonds to go in different places, so you have to have something to hold them. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
I think Fuzzy was creating his own diamond like map.
Oh, that's
Would
cool.
it be a map from a drawing that his wife did? So he was creating his own diamond painting from.
Yeah, they have.
He was. Yeah, it's pretty
They
cool,
have
isn't it?
plain sheets where you can map out your own. I couldn't even think about doing that though. I probably have the thing stuck all over me, but that would be cool. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I have lots of crazy hobbies. Like I said, I have like a drawer full of journals and washi tape. I write. Everybody knows that I'm a pocket writer. That's my kind of obsessive hobby. I do the NaNoWriMo, which is 50,000 words in 30 days. I do it in November. And then I just go crazy and write all of those words, and then I just put the book down and never look at it again. My goal is to publish at least one. And I do like to write a lot of fan fiction, so like Resident Evil and occasional smut. Yes, I hit on the smut lane. So the naughty fan fictions, I do that too. So yeah, I do that. And I do actual paintings. I do have lots of paintings up on my wall that since my treatment with chemotherapy, my hands shake now. So I have a lot of trouble keeping my hands still, but I still try to do it.
Nerve damage.
Yeah, I have lots of nerve damage from it. So I try my best to keep my hands. Thank you for the Carlos in my chat.
Carlos,
I love that. Did you make that, Vic?
What do you mean by make?
Did you make that? I know you can make your own emotes now.
I took a GIF off of Google from a modded version of Resident Evil 3, and I stuck it in a GIF maker, took out the background, and just put it in Twitch, and they approved it.
Nice. Now we have Carlos pectorals. I love it. That GIF is very welcome here. But I
did have 2 Carlos emotes at one point, but I think I might have got rid of one of them. There was one with there he is. That's the old Carlos there. Or he's still topless, but he's got the old-fashioned haircut.
That's true. The slicked back one, yeah.
Yeah.
The model that they used for him, oh my god, he is a gorgeous model.
Yeah,
I love that dude.
New Carlos is better than old Carlos.
Yes,
I think.
I agree with that too. I'm sorry, Resident Evil. I apologize. So, so you do the felting, and you said you do a lot of other type of crafts. You said you did some art, as in hand art. I know you draw a little bit.
And it is just like dipping in and out. So I've done like an acrylic paint. I'd painted like John Lee Hooker, who's one of my favourite guitarists, like blues guitarists. I did that about, I don't know, it was like 2007. It was quite a long time ago I did that. I haven't really got the stuff that I've made. It's either when I worked at the school, I would, if a kid was good, because I work with kids that had challenging behaviour. I said, if you get through the day and you don't get kicked out of class, this weekend I will paint you a picture of a concept Ferrari if they were like into cars. I'll do like a painting. And there was one kid, and I must have seen him like in a local in the local town, like when he'd finished school. He was like at college. He went, and I painted him a picture when he was in year 7, so 11 years old, and he was like 17. He said, I've still got that picture on my wall.
Aww.
And it took me all weekend to do it, and I thought, oh bloody hell, I hope he I hope he appreciates this. He had it on his wall for like 6 years. So that's sort of why I did it, really.
You see,
that's
very... Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Go ahead, what were you going to say? I interrupted you.
Oh, I'm good at photocopying. I'm not good at creating. So if I draw something, I can do a photocopy, but I can't if I was to draw something from memory, it would look like a 7-year-old had drawn it. But I can look at a picture, and or like look at something in real life and draw it okay.
That's cool.
So I sort of say I'm a photocopier, not an artist.
It's still an artist if you can draw it well. You know what I mean? Because we all start when we draw from copying. I used to pose my Barbies when I was young, and I would draw them, and I would draw them. We all did
that, Lizzie.
And my dad's like, oh shit, look at your daughter can do. My mom's like, what is she doing? Oh, she's drawing. What is that? It's like,
right.
So it's like, hey, I didn't know that you could do that. I was like, I don't know. I just decided I was gonna do it one day.
Yeah. You posed the Barbies to draw, did you?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Right. Me and my friends posed Barbies, but we just posed them in, like French girls. Yeah. We didn't draw them. We always turned Barbie into a little slap.
Can you draw me like one of your French girls?
Yeah.
I love it. It's good. I was wholesome as a child, and I don't know what happened.
No,
so
we weren't. We were never not with Barbies anyway.
Yeah, something happened, and I turned into what I am today.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad was an excellent artist. He was always drawing on everything. He was drawing on newspapers, napkins. He would draw on the placemats in restaurants. He had this pencil that he always had. It's like, where are you hiding that? And he's just like drawing all the time. So and when he saw me drawing, he's like, you should go to art school. I was like, why would I do that? I'm not that good. And lo and behold, I went, but I didn't get anywhere with it, but I went to art school. So yeah, whatever. I learned some cool things, and I met my husband, so yay!
Oh, lovely. Oh, nice.
Yes. It was a tech school, not really a college, but he was going for programming, electronics, and all that pokey. And I was over here in the art side, and I was always covered head to toe, paint, chalk, whatever I was doing that day. And we ran into each other, and he's like super shy and reserved. So I must have been like an earthquake coming past him. I waved at him the one day. I was like, yo, I'm late, running down the hallway. And then I saw him in the lunchroom, and he was playing Magic the Gathering, if you guys know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
And I came in and I sat down and I was like, what you doing? And then I became like pestering him every day. So he's like, who's this psychopath? But yeah, I've always loved art and things that are creative because my logical brain died a long time ago.
No.
I love logical people who can do math in their head. My husband's one of those people who can do math. It's like, what is this plus this? And he just goes, bleh. It's like, I hate you. Great. Anyway, I just went off on another tangent. Sorry. But yeah, that's cool that you have the creative side as well. And art pieces that are made for people tend to make a huge impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of thought and caringness and love that goes into those things. Like, it's hey, I drew you, and you're like, what? And it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And doing like, that's why I started doing with the Boo and the Kyle puff, is because I thought, well, if I ever lack motivation, doing it for someone keeps that motivation. Right. Yeah.
I still say you should open a store, Vic. Your stuff is really cool.
Yeah, but I don't want people to pay for it. So I sort of say that, I think Ripple accept the Kraken. And I said to it, because I got Rip a birthday present, I said, well, this is half your birthday present. The other half, I will needle felt you a Kraken. And he accepted that. I think he's gonna get the Kraken before he gets the PC. He's been waiting for a PC since March from Deadite. And I think he'll get the Kraken probably by Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to pay for postage. Yeah.
It is really cool, guys. Go follow Vic so you can watch her progress on the Kraken, because it's some cool shit, man. To be able to sit and just stab something repeatedly and create something awesome, that's basically on the bridge of turning into a serial killer.
Yeah, and that's why I like it.
He's like, I can stab all of my aggression out on this fluff, and then I'll be good. All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So, would you say you enjoy the gaming streams more than your fluffy stabbing streams?
No.
No.
Gaming streams are for the week, and felting streams are for Sunday morning.
You can do
I
both.
started I started the felting stream because I have to do something creative, whatever it is. I have to do something creative, and I always have like harebrained schemes. Like I want to do drawing, or I want to learn Photoshop, or I want to do this, I want to do that. And I thought if I have every Sunday morning a 3 hour, or I think I'm going to reduce. I might reduce it to 2 hours whilst it's in the summer, so that it forces me to get out of the house a bit more. But in the winter, it'll be like 3 hours again. I'll sit down and I will do something creative and focused. I have problems with like actually sitting down and doing it. So I thought if I do that on a Sunday, it will make me do it. It won't force me to do it, but because I want to do it, but it will make me set aside 3 hours to do something constructive and creative. Because it's really easy just to sit in front of a computer game or Twitch. And I'm not saying that Twitch is a waste of time, but it's not. It's entertainment, isn't it? So it's easy to just be entertained and consume without actually creating something. So I thought 3 hours on a Sunday, I will create something. So it's Sunday mornings are sacred now. But I do enjoy playing computer games and reacting to them and just being an idiot.
I love
So
that. I love that.
They have different purposes, but are equal in fun, I suppose. Yeah.
I was gonna try to do that and balance mine with, because I have 2 days now. I do a Sunday and a Wednesday, because Wednesday is my day off in the middle of the week. I wanted to do a Saturday morning, like, creative diamond painting, because I wanted to finish this thing, and apparently the only way I'm going to finish it is if I do it on stream.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do. I have 4 more of these diamond paintings that I haven't even opened. They're these really cool stained glass, like, fairy tale design, like Sleeping Beauty and all of that, the frog and the princess and that kind of thing. I was like, I really want to do them, but I know I'm not going to do them because YouTube is the devil. All right, once I get down the YouTube train, I will never shut it off. It's like kitty videos, bird videos, speed run videos. It's like, oh god, it never stops.
No.
But yeah, I get it. So I admire that you have a good balance, Vic. You have a good balance.
Thanks.
And some kind of direction, because I never do. I never know what I'm gonna play. All right. Yeah, so that's good that you have some direction and organization. You said you didn't have any organization, but you seem pretty organized to me.
Well, I have to over-organize to be organized. So I have to, where my brain's not organised at all, I have to overcompensate. So, like at work, my Outlook calendar is colour coded, and I have to make lists, and it takes a lot of time. But I have to overcompensate the organisation.
I'll have to show you my Fox, my Fox organizer. It's called Clever Fox Organizer. It has like a huge section of how you can separate everything, and each month is just a blank calendar, so you can fill in however you want.
I've tried them. I'm better at Outlook calendars.
Okay, whatever works for you, I guess. But I'm just saying.
They are good. They are good. Those sort of super organisers are good. But I'll leave it on the dining room table. I'll forget it. That's the problem.
That's not very helpful, Becky. You need to focus on it.
Yeah.
Just dropped all my shit on the floor. Oh my god! Oh, I think I just rolled over my post-its. Okay, there we go. Alright, chaos averted. Alright. So we got 2 more questions, Miss Vic.
Okay.
What advice would you give to a streamer starting out?
Oh, just do it.
Just do it.
Just press the button and go live and see what happens. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, if it's not for you, you ain't lost anything. Just do it. And if you don't have any viewers, none of us had any viewers right at the start. Well, I had no viewers at all when I back in must have been 2019 or even 2018 when I just thought, I'm just going to press that media button on the controller when I went straight from Xbox or PlayStation. Just do it, and don't worry about all that affiliate stuff, because that's not actually what it's about.
No.
Just network, probably do a bit of networking, and by networking you'll find out if you actually want to give it a go or not.
Networking is a very, very, very sensitive subject for most streamers. Some people are completely against it, saying you're using other people to your advantage. And then there's some people that say you can't survive without networking with people. So.
Yeah, but I think there's positive networking, and then there's etiquette.
Etiquette?
Where
Oh, you have to explain the etiquette in my chat. Nobody knows what that is.
Okay. Well, etiquette, myself and Mr. Ripley were gonna do, when Mr. Ripley did the Rip Show, which he needs to return on a Saturday night. He needs to have a return of the Rip Show, because it was brilliant. He had a chat show, a bit like this podcast, really. It was like a chat show, and it would just be Ripley chatting, and it was really good and really popular as well. But Rip and I were talking about, we were going to do a whole podcast, like a chat show about Twitch etiquette. And Rip was scribing, and we were all saying, obviously don't come into chat and say, oh, I'm going now to start my stream, or do anything like that, or don't ask for a shout out, or all of that kind of stuff. And then Rip shared the notes that he'd made, and at the top was Twitch etiquette. And I went, what is that? And he went, well, it's etiquette. And I went, right. And he said, well, I couldn't spell etiquette. And I thought, well, etiquette sounds like Crash Bandicoot. So I spelt it etiquette.
I love that!
And then it just turned into etiquette. But now, if someone plays Crash Bandicoot, I call it Crash Bandicoot. As if it's spelt like etiquette. Yeah. That's the etiquette.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wish but there should be a rule book like that with people going out saying, these are the things you can't do, that you shouldn't do, that are frowned upon when you first start as a streamer, so you don't get the eyebrow when you go into a chat, okay? It's no.
When Rip and I spoke about it, though, I said I probably breached etiquette when I was a new streamer, because you don't know, because they're all unwritten rules, aren't they? They are etiquette.
Yeah.
You don't. I probably breached etiquette a number of times because I didn't know, and that's the good thing about the Twitch community, on the whole of Twitch and our micro cultures as well, is that there is a community unwritten rule that people uphold. It, like a code of conduct that people find, that there's a code of conduct that is taboo, and a code of conduct that's completely out of order, and a code of conduct that's acceptable. And people can be as strict, or some people can let things go, some people can be really strict. it's their channel. They can do what they want, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They can adhere to those unwritten rules as much as they like or not, because it's their channel at the end of the day. But for new streamers, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ask people. I always ask people, like, how'd you do this and how'd you do that and how did you do that animated thing and how'd you work OBS? Because I didn't know anything at the start.
It's PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
How'd you work PowerPoint?
How'd you work the PowerPoint? But yeah, it's like they give you this. It's like, oh, all I have to do is this and that, and then it's like, don't talk about your stream and anybody else's stream. That's not a good thing. Don't do that. Don't say I'm leaving to go stream. Don't promote yourself. Don't ask for shout outs, that kind of thing. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is people spoiling endings to games or backseating. It's like if somebody backseats in my chat, that's one of the things I really, really hate. So I will like time them out. It's like, stop it, don't do it, because I have a particular. I'll just do something. I'll go the opposite way and die multiple times just to not do what you say. So please don't make me die multiple times.
Yeah. Well, there's even with backseating, sometimes it comes from different places. So there will be people that get really excited because they really enjoy the game and they're like, oh my god, on this bit it's blah blah blah, and you're like, oh right, yeah, you just told us, man, that's not cool. And they're like, oh, I'm really sorry. They just get overexcited. And then there's some people like, I think you'll find that if you go down this corridor you can glitch through, and in 1993 the walkthrough was actually written by me and I know everything. And I think, oh, shut up, go away.
That's so good. That's so good. I love how you changed voices there. That was great.
That's what they actually sound like, though. So yeah, there's different backs. I don't mind the excitable ones, and I just go, oh, you know, let us experience.
I'm not talking
the game
about
like
the people who are like,
did.
oh, I did that and this happened. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You're sharing your experience. I'm not talking about the info dumpers, the ones that tell you everything about every point of the game. It's like, please stop. Stop. You're ruining it for everybody. Stop it.
The ones, the show-offs. Yeah,
Yes.
the show-offs. Yeah, that they're like the worst kind. But the ones that get overly excited and they're like, oh, I can't wait for this bit. And you're like, right, so there's going to be a jump scare. I need to save the game, do I? Because there's going to be a fuck-off boss coming. Thanks. You know, just let us have that surprise. I'm not too bothered about them, but yeah, the backseaters that are know-it-alls, I just think, oh, sod off and go and play the game yourself. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. We all have those.
I can't think of any other etiquette rules other than the self-promotion and the backseating. I don't think there are any, really. They're the main gripes, aren't they? Promotion and backseating.
Oh, there's an entire like book of etiquette rules for Twitch, and it's just that I've kind of like think, no, I can't do those things, and you know, it's like nah. Like I won't even mention anything about my stream or being a streamer until somebody else mentions it.
That's right. Yeah.
So if somebody says, hey, what were you streaming? It's like, oh man, I don't want to do that. Like when people just randomly shout me out, it's like, I came here to love you. Stop it. So it's like, okay, all right. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's so much of them.
Yeah.
I don't like the super Debbie Downer people. So I understand people have a bad day and they want to come in and improve themselves, but when the ones that like bring down the whole mood of the chat, you're like, yo, what are you doing over there? Or the people who come in and they're like the beggars, they have their hands out. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Me, James, Callum, Amy and I were talking about that last night, about the in like Britain, if someone goes, you're alright, or you're alright, the etiquette response would be, I'm alright, you alright? It's not. Well, actually, I'm really. You don't do that. You just say you're all right
Yeah,
and
just
move on.
Just move on.
You just say
Nothing.
you're
I'm
all right.
great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah,
Or my day is shit. I've come here to feel better.
yeah. Oh, and put some humour in the shit day report. You say, oh, a bird shit on my head, so
Yeah.
you know, or something like that. It's really odd because I see the internet as if you were at Wembley, like a big stadium concert, and there's a microphone on stage, and every time you say something on the internet, whether it's over what we're doing, voice or chat, or on Reddit, on Facebook, every post you do, it would be like getting up on that stage in front of a concert of millions of, think about Woodstock, or the biggest concert ever known, the whole world. You're going up to that microphone and saying whatever you post on the internet into that microphone to all those people. And that's how I see how I interact with the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's all like, well, it's a bit, it just, would someone get up on stage and say that into a microphone? So, some people would. That's fine. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't want to broadcast my drama. I don't like drama.
No. I'd walk up on stage, go up to that microphone and scream space to everyone, and they'd all cheer and go, yeah!
Everybody should cheer for space!
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Vic, I just looked at the clock. Usually my podcasts don't run more than an hour and 30.
All right.
You
I
are an
was actually
amazing
scared.
person to interview.
I was scared that we would. It always happens, doesn't it? I always get scared that I'm just going to do like one-word answers, like an awkward Anderson, and we've actually run over time.
Yep. Best compliment I received is my podcast isn't really like a podcast. It's just a chill chat. So you can feel comfortable and not be nervous, because you can't believe how many people that come in here and say, oh my god, I'm nervous. It's like, why? We're just chatting. I know you're talking about yourself and everything, but hey.
I think that's where the nerves come from, I think. Because we can usually distract from ourselves. So having an interview I think that's where the nerves come from, innit?
Yeah.
But I've had fun, so thank you for inviting me, and it's been brilliant. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming. But I actually had one more question.
Oh,
what are you gonna do next for your channel? Are you gonna try for the old partner, or are you just gonna stay the little streamer that stabs things and screams space at the top of her lungs?
I'm just gonna make it up as go along.
Nice.
There's that want to be successful. I think everyone wants to be good at something, and Twitch has made partner be the pinnacle of that. So that's naturally what people would think is success. But having people give up their evenings and weekends to come and sit, I've already won. If I've met all those people. I've already won. So what's next is that I'm just going to continue being an idiot and play some games, and hopefully people don't get bored of me.
I love that. I'm going to continue to be an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you, Vic.
Yeah. There's never a plan. I never plan nothing. There's no point.
I love that.
Always goes wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way though. It's like, yeah, I want to be good at what I do. I want people to say good things about me, but I don't want to be up there with the 10,000 followers or the 11,000 followers, because you lose all of the coolness and the chill and chat. And I think I probably would wig out. I got one big raid once, and my brain went completely blank. I had no idea what to say. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I panicked for 20 minutes. It's like, listen to my heart pound in my ears. Yeah. It's like, no, I can't do that. My anxiety will wig out.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
I'm just happy doing this. And if you guys like the podcast, I'll just keep doing it because I love talking to people. I'm a big goofball, and I love people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Vic, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sorry we went over, like, half hour over. But I was having way too much fun.
Yeah, me too. I had a really good time. Thank you.
No, thank you. So,
And it's nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you too. I mean, we've interacted for what, about a year and a half, 2 years, and we've never actually talked to each other. That's so weird.
It is
like,
weird,
I know
isn't
Vic,
it? Yeah.
I know Vic, but I don't know Vic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've moved to a different level, and my pencil's out of lead. Oh, there it is. Okay. I had one of those clicky pencils. It was completely out of lead. I had to go fill it up again. But anyway, so I'm gonna be uploading this to YouTube so everybody can watch it if they miss it, because Twitch only holds it for so long. So if any of you guys want to watch it over there, you can follow me on YouTube, !YouTube. And all my other podcasts are on there as well, like the zombie survival one and the Resident Evil podcast and all that garbage is on there. But anyway, Vic, thank you again. You are welcome to pop off and do what you need to do, or you can hang out here while I go and raid somebody. It's up to you.
I'll mute so you can do your sign off. But thanks ever so much. It's been good, and thanks everyone that came to listen.
Yeah, guys, please go follow Queen Vic. She is freaking amazing. She is always a good time. Always a good time. Lazy freaking mods. They probably fell asleep. It's fine. Listening to my boring ass talk all the time. Ugh. But, so, what's coming up on the channel? What's today? The 28th? So, Wednesday, I have no fucking clue what I'm going to be playing. So, it's going to be a game of some sort. But, Saturday, September 3rd, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour Resident Evil stream for the 600 followers I made. So that's 12 hours of Resident Evil. We're going to be playing the remake, A and B, and then Resident Evil 3 at the end. There'll be giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff, so if you might want to go with that. The next for the podcast will be on the 10th, and that will be D Prince, a cozy streamer. He's very sweet, very shy, so it's going to take some poking to get him to open up, but we'll do a good job. But anyway, thank you, chat, for coming to visit us today. I love all of you. Big D Prince. No dirty jokes, Mr. Rip. But yeah, D Prince, we'll be having him on. And then Mikado, we're gonna talk about the on the 18th, we're gonna be doing retro games, so that'll be fun too. But anyway, thank you all for coming to join me today and honoring Miss Vic and listening to her story. I appreciate it. Let's see who's on and who we can harass. Who can we harass? Who we got? Oh, look, is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? Do. Why does my phone never work? See, I always want to raid people, but then I want to make sure they're still streaming when I go to raid them, so I don't, you know, like, randomly not. Who we got? Let's go raid. Oh, let's go raid Kazzy. Kazzy was from season 1. She's an amazing streamer, fantastic librarian, has a good sense of humor, and as always, the best cozy chats. We're gonna go raid her. As I said, thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Rip, for showing up. I will see all of you on Wednesday for whatever happens. I love you. Have a piece of pizza for me, and have a great day. E. I want to move it. Yeah, there you go. Did it move? Yeah, okay, now we can add an outhouse there. Secondary outhouse. Kazzy is more based? What does that mean?